Fan.
Don't let this one get away. The Northwest Sports Show, March 13th through the 16th. Hey, March 13th, that's today at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Find the newest in fishing and outdoor gear, boats, RVs, travel, power sports, and more. There's no better time to try, buy, and save. And make sure to join 9 to noon's Nordo this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. for the Friday Night Fish Fry. Get all the details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Former Minnesota Wild captain and Wild Immortality, Wes Walz, joins 9 to noon. He calls games for FanDuel Sports North Network.
Yeah, thank goodness I don't have to say that on the air.
FanDuel North Sports Network. FanDuel Sports Network North. All right. So you were the analyst for the Lanch game, which was really cool. Great job with that. And you're going to be on the microphone on TV tonight and cover your ears, Wes. You can also hear the game at FM 100.3 KFAN with Joe O'Donnell and Tom Reed. I have an outside of the box question first. Who's Bo Hostler? Bo Hostler's leading the Players' Championship. Yes, Bo Hostler.
Right.
Well, he's tied. He's tied with Jordan Spieth. We know him.
Take a picture of Bo Hostler.
Oh, wait a second. Tom Hogue.
Yeah, I got him.
He's on Team Walsey in this 13-person clipping penalty we drafted yesterday with Mick Tocchet and Kevin Gorg and Bruce the Oracle Meyer and so on. Wow, you got Tom Hogue at -3, man.
I got Sepp Straka there at 2 under 2. He's he's off to a good start.
You're off to a fast start.
Lucas Glover, you got Lucas Glover.
Oh, that's sweet.
You kinda,
I'm noted at great undulation mind.
Did you catch the Mel Bridgman text that I mentioned?
Oh, what's up, brother? Come on over here.
We got some food in the house.
Nordo, can you handle this, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Microphone and everything. What's going on here, man, with this beautiful food? How you doing?
Come on in, boys.
Paul, good to meet you. It's Wes Walz.
Come on in, bud.
Man?
Hey,
my brother.
good to see you.
What's up, bud?
Good to see you.
You too, man. What do you got?
We brought you a couple of sandwiches from our restaurant, Herbie's on the Park. So we got a little pastrami on rye and the Herbie burger, which is our most popular burger over there.
And it's well timed because all the players are off the ice for the skates, and we're not distracting our own team.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Which is weird with the switch to TRIA. It's like we've done Box in the Box so long where the food and the $100 bill shooting the penalty box hole, part of the distraction factor. But we don't want to distract our own team, yet you still feed us because that's just kindness in your heart. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
We don't want to stop the tradition, you know?
The sandwich is in honor of St. Patrick's Day for the pastrami, I would imagine.
On St. Patrick's, we're going to do a corned beef version of it. House-made corned beef. It's going to be pretty good. But
that's beautiful. Thank you, my brother.
Awesome. Good to see you.
Appreciate you. You too. Thank you. That's Executive Chef Kyle feeding the 9 to noon crew. What do you think of that food over there, Walsey?
Oh, that's pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see after I leave and those two guys leave. If you're going to get boxed out in the paint under the basket.
I mean,
because Nordo just took a picture of it and
You and I will do a majority of the talking this segment, which means Nordo's going to get a big crack at those sandwiches over there, or Nordo will fill the role of the host, and I'll go over and eat some, and I'll stop being dizzy. But nevertheless, that Bridgman thing you were talking about.
Just the old.
I thought he was the Milwaukee guy who died the other day.
No, that was an old reference to Mel Bridgman. Bridgman's one of the golfers in the tournament, and I threw a Mel Bridgman, and even KG didn't even pick up on that right away. But anyway, that's not like him.
Who's Pete Gim?
Doug Gim.
Doug Gim?
Yeah, I grabbed him. He's been playing pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of nobodies on my team. I got to be honest.
Best of luck to you, my brother.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
Because we do this 5 times a year.
Yeah, it's always fun
for the majors and the TPC. And 13 fantastic people do battle. Gives yours truly, who doesn't follow golf closely, something to watch over the weekend. But we have the Wild, we have the Wolves, we have all this football speculation and everything. We also, correct me if I'm wrong here, Wes Walz at Walz3737 via the tweet machine. Have you become a grandfather?
I have. I have.
Congratulations.
I've got a 2-year-old son and a 1-year-old son.
Wow. So it's 2 years and 1 year old.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was recent.
No.
Oh, okay.
I already got a 2-year-old.
It's atop your Twitter feed.
Well, I think I may have tweeted out a picture for the first time probably in 2 years. I kind of lay low. You guys know I'm
okay. Yeah,
don't share a whole lot about my family or anything like that. But being a grandfather,
it on Twitter's laying low.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
But I was a grandfather 2 years ago, so it's been an amazing experience.
Well, we're a little late to it, but congratulations regardless.
Company clap for all granddaddies in the world.
Yeah, and my daughter's actually pregnant again, so number 3 is going to be on the way here. So they're getting after it. They've got a year between kids, and they live in Woodbury as well too. So we see the kids, we see the boys every day. So I could send you some pictures of our house after they leave. It's something to see. I'm not going to lie.
And you also have a daughter who just wrapped up the Rafters, Eastridge.
Yeah.
Just wrapped up a high school hockey career at Eastridge.
She did.
You lost to Hill Murray?
Yes.
Johnny Paul, Chrissy Wendell?
Yep,
in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
So like the Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament, Moorhead go crazy, East Grand Forks go crazy. Also for the girls. When it comes to the ladies, from following it, not unbelievably closely like your Brad Frost, but following it the way you do, it seems that the state of hockey is deep with the women too.
Oh yeah,
it is, right?
It really is, and I've been blessed with 5 children, and all of them have played high school hockey to this point, and. Have your daughter, a senior, play and lose her last game. There's lots of tears in the lobby, and we've gone through that like quite a few times now. And it's always a sad time, but it's time for the next part of life, going off to college, either working. We haven't figured out exactly how that's going to play out with my daughter, but we'll see. And I've got another one that's just finished his second year of Bantam, so he's going to be at Eastridge and have a good chance to make the high school team there too. So. It's I've been pretty busy with traveling between doing the wild stuff and still having kids in youth hockey and chasing grandchildren around.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
I like the honesty that you put with high school to the next level, because my daughter Coley graduates from the University of Colorado like May 8th or May 9th. So, she's coming up on a graduation. She'll go to graduate school. She's aiming to get into the FBI.
Oh, wow.
So there's going to be a little bit of a gap there.
Yeah.
But when you say we're trying to figure out what's next, it's like even when you graduate from college, dad's going to get to breathe for a little bit and be like, yes, these bills are going to be down for a little while. But nevertheless, from a child standpoint, it's not like you graduate and it's like, here, this is plugged in and this is my career and this is my life and this is my house. It's still specifically, I've learned from girls that, there's a scary side of it too.
Yeah. There's,
uncertainty,
right? It's and I find too with my girls, whenever there's any kind of uncertainty, the drama and anxiety levels seem to go up a little higher.
I'm glad you said that.
A little bit higher than with the boys.
My first 5 minutes of the combine in Indianapolis.
Hang on.
Okay, I'm about ready to do the radio show 10 Indy time, 9 here.
Yep.
And I'm getting a FaceTime with, nobody, something with the cap and gown and my sunroof, and I'm 1,000 miles away, and
we're going to get through it.
Broke my heart.
Yeah, I know.
It breaks your heart, even though you'll get through it, right?
Yeah.
My man over here's got 3 of them.
I know.
2 at 9, right?
I know.
We're already seeing some signs of it.
Yeah. Well, I got to be honest.
On the other side of it, it's the best.
Yeah, it is, and
it's the best.
Having 3 daughters and 2 boys, and coaching girls hockey and boys hockey. I made it pretty clear with the girls I was coaching. I don't do good with drama.
Yeah.
I just don't do good with drama.
What's not doing well with drama?
I don't put up with it.
Shut down?
I don't put up with it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I got enough things going on in my life. I don't have time to.
Yeah.
And I've got a big heart. I have no problem sitting with you quietly and trying to work through things. But if you're taking this to the next level and bringing other people down or girls down and stuff, then my other coaches got to deal with stuff. So I kind of squashed that stuff, and I had that conversation early in the season with a lot of the parents just to let them know how I was going to handle it. So when Sarah comes home and says, Coach Walzen's very nice, hopefully have my back, and I love your girl, just your daughters, just understand that there's a reason that I believe that this needs to happen because I love her. That's it, whether it's my daughter or your daughter. And usually that's how it works. What
do you think of all that with 3 young girls?
No, I think, well, here's what I'll ask.
We got one FaceTiming crying about can't figure out the cap and gown and my sunroof's broken and I graduate in 2 months and I'm scared. And then we talk, and then the coach, which is a very, very valid part of life.
Well, it's small kids, small problems, big kids, big problems.
Amen.
Right now mine are 9, so I got one at home from school today.
They're still babies.
I'm still questioning the stomach issues related to that. Maybe I wasn't as sensitive sensitive as I needed to be yesterday.
Same.
So then there was an issue there.
Yep.
But we get through, and we love our baby girls. You got 5 kids. Did they all, or I mean, how much do you believe of it as the former captain? And hockey is a significant part of your personal identity. Like I don't see you, Wes, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. You didn't demand necessarily that all your kids play hockey, right?
Absolutely.
But they all. No. But in some ways, they find their way there naturally, genetically.
Well, they all watched me. The first 3 watched me play,
wanting to be like Dad, and that connection. Because that's where, with kids, I never played sports at any high level outside of some high school soccer. But I just think about that as I raise my kids, trying to find the combination of I can see what they're very good at, and I can connect those dots. But I need them to love what they're doing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. So you got the twins that are 9.
Twins that are 9.
Yeah, I mean, our first 3 kids were 3 years apart, so we had some time to breathe. So the whole drama thing,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, the whole drama thing. Like when the first one found out there was no drama, I don't play into that. Actually, my wife's on this. You got to be on the same page because as a father, you are a coach.
Oh yeah,
it's Team Walz,
big time.
It's Team Nordo. That's kind of how it works.
Yep.
When the word gets out with a 3-year gap, like my second one knew, like just from watching how it works, with you being in the belly of the beast, the kids as close as you are. But that's a different ball game. I have no answers for you, but that's football and hockey. That's completely different. And my daughter's going to be pregnant with her third. Well, she is pregnant with her third. They're a year apart. I'm looking at my wife going, what is going on? Like they come over to the house. There's those little plastic balls everywhere. And they got the memory game stuff. I'm picking up stuff for like 40 minutes. And by the way, that's going to change. The old picking up after Grandma and Grandpa are picking up. That's going to change. That we're going to have a talk. But anyway,
Nordo's an elite dad. And he won't say that about himself. I'll say it about him. Simply from, I don't see his kids. I don't see his kids all the time. But just working with him all the time and the interactions that we have had. Eric's an elite dad, and here's what I mean. He's present. I've never said this on the radio, and I think this is the spot to share it. Okay, I wouldn't wish divorce on my worst enemy, but nevertheless, if it happens, the kids are the A topic, and pushing through the uncomfortability and sadness of human nature and naturally wanting to be their best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, because eventually you got to be dad and you got to be the boss. And for not only me, but everybody, there is that best friend time. And, once you break it, all along being present with your kids, sitting with them, laying with them, taking them on backpack adventures, taking them to the backside of Canterbury Park to feed the horses, taking them to park after park after park after park, sacrificing everything, and being with them and being present like I know you are and like I know Eric is. That whether you're together or apart, that's the most important thing that I've learned in my run with my kids. One's 24, one's 21. Because just think of it this way. Like I said, I wouldn't wish that scenario on my worst enemy, man. However, if God permits it to happen, then you need to navigate around it and do the best you can for the kids. So, like for Nicole and I, probably ages 13, 14, 15, something like that, after school, we laid on the couch at this place I rented for a while. I mean, no fewer than 150 to 250 times watching these shows. CSI Miami, Criminal Minds, NCIS, and whatever crime dramas we could find.
And that's how you got to know Paul Maurice.
And
oh, wow.
Yeah, looking like an unsub. But now look at it now. She's graduating from college, University of Colorado, in a month and a half, as a double major, psychology and criminology, with a very high GPA to get into the FBI. She wants to be what she saw as we were laying around talking about it, father and daughter.
Yeah.
And now she is going to be that, after an internship with a district attorney and studying it and stuff like that. And that's all in front of her. And it can be scary. But the serendipity, the positive of a negative, will be that, has been that. But what's the common thread for all of us? Being present. coaching teams. I coached my son's basketball team for 5 years during some of the most difficult personal times of my life. But it's not like I'm winning an MVP award. I like doing it. I was present, the drives to the games.
Pick and roll, though.
Pick and roll. Box and one. But
is there anything you can't do?
Stockton Malone, here we go.
The whole being present part,
Yeah.
And putting thy before I, no matter the circumstances. And I know you guys do that, man, especially Nordo.
It's the greatest thing we'll ever do.
Yep, agreed. Absolutely.
And the other thing, too, is, my father used to always tell me, you only get out of it what you put into it, and it's no different parenting.
Right.
And if you are invested in your kids' lives when they're young, and there's times when you don't want to, you're tired and stuff.
Yes.
I mean, you said little things will be big things later, Nordo, and all the investments you're making now with the time with the kids is going to pay off down the road. The one thing I will say, raising kids now, Nordo, I had a good, close relationship with my kids now, too. It's tougher to get close to our kids right now because of social media and our phones.
And they trap themselves in their rooms.
It's hard. Like, how are you supposed to build a relationship?
Just popped when my kids were like right at the end of high school.
I'm with you too.
Yeah.
I got through that without having to deal with that. Being a parent right now, much more difficult, Nordo, in your situation and my own kids' situation. Yeah. And we've had those conversations with them. But
there are a lot of things popping up. I mean, like, say you get Stella running an 11-second 100, then all of a sudden loses to Steve in the biggest race of her life.
Don't
now
get
you
me
got to deal with things like that.
Commercial.
So I said what I said, and we ain't deleting it from the pod. So God bless you guys, okay, man? I appreciate that conversation.
Cheers.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Meant everything that I said. Hockey with Walzy, the captain, for 10 minutes. What does your trained eye like about what Heinze is pulling out of this wounded Wild?
Well, I heard Kevin talk earlier about it. I thought he nailed it on the head. His demeanor is outstanding, and I've played for very emotional coaches, and I've played for very stoic coaches. And the one stoic coach that we played for here with Minnesota, maybe the best coach that's ever coached, and that's not just coming from me. You can ask guys that have played with and against him for many years. I'm a big fan of keeping your emotions in check, and John Heinze does an amazing job of keeping his emotions in check when things are going a little bit awry. And I got to tell you, PA, with the injuries that this Minnesota Wild team has had to deal with this year, I mean, it feels like it goes to another level every year. Just when you think you've seen everything as far as injuries last year, and now it's just off the charts. And for him to keep this team together and buying into a specific system to give themselves a chance to win every night has been tremendous.
Wes Walz, the captain, at Walz3737, 9 to noon. Finally, because we were all jacked up here with time changes and stuff like that, in closing, the scoring still is a big problem.
Yeah.
Okay, scoring is a big problem until some firepower comes back. Or are there certain games, like maybe against the Rangers? I mean, Shesterkin's 32nd goals against.
No. I'm already going to answer your question. The answer is no. You cannot.
You can't open it up, period.
Nothing.
Okay, wow.
No chance.
Wow.
No chance to win if you're going to trade chances with anybody in the league right now.
Yeah.
And even the New York Rangers. If the Wild are able to keep their emotions in check and play the exact same way they did against Colorado tonight as they did Tuesday night, I'm telling you, they're going to get 4 or 5 goals. The New York Rangers are a mess.
That's what I meant.
They're having a difficult time defend. Now, if we go into the game tonight thinking, okay, we've only scored 1 goal in the last 3 games, we got to score 4.
Let's open it up.
We're going to get 1, and we're going to give up 5. And then we're going to be, well, what's going on? That's how this is going to work. If we listen, playing the early years with the Minnesota Wild, I'm having flashbacks every night. We look like, right now, the team that we play look like the teams that I played for.
With this.
Yeah. And I know how you have to play. And I'll tell you this.
So do we neutral zone trap?
No, we haven't done any of that. And that's fine, too. There's different systems you can play through the neutral zone.
They got the guys to do it, though?
Yeah. Look at our team. We're great defensively. We got good defensive players. We've got guys that know how to play a 200-foot game. And I'm telling you, when you play that way as a team, and you know that is the way you have to play to win, and you pick off some wins, you're not going to put on 5 game. You're not going to go on 5-game streaks, scoring 2-3 goals a game.
Wow!
It galvanizes you as a team, and you look around the room, and you're like, okay, we can do this. And I'm telling you, I lived it for 5 years under Jock. We loved each other. You learn to love each other because you lean on each other.
Yeah.
And that's what we're watching right now with this team, and it's been fun to watch. When you hear Coach John Heinze talk about how happy he is about his team, because he sees the smiles, he sees everybody buying in.
That's awesome.
And the key is when these guys come back. This is the key now. When everybody comes back, Ek, Kaprizov, playing the same way.
Right.
That's the key.
Man, that was you're terrific.
The shared struggle is real.
Wow. Sorry to be looking at my phone here, but I'm looking at this TPC, and it's just weird to see that Berger, T. Kim, and T. Hogue all have withdrawn at the same time.
Oh, here we go.
Well, that's just and they were in the middle of their. That's
enjoy
weird.
my $50. Okay. Enjoy my.
They're all playing. They're all playing well. Hey, God bless you.
Yeah,
man.
God bless you too.
Love
Good
when
to
you
see
come by. Let's do this more often. All right.
Thanks, Nordo. Good luck with everything, bud. I'll be praying for you.
Oh, it's all good. It's all a blessing.
I know
right?
it is. I know
For now.
it is.
Yeah. Teasing you. Thank you. That's Wes Walz. Nordo and yours truly return to Box in the Box after this on KFAN.
Man.
Join Meat Sauce and Miller Lite at Duke's Pizza Pub in Oakdale tonight from 5 to 7. Stop by to register for a chance to win a spot in the Vikings Foundation, a golf tournament. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword golf.
Welcome back. Final stretches, a couple of truncated segments here, 9 to noon. Vox in the Box, Minnesota Wild, New York Rangers at the X this evening, 9 to noon at TRIA.
It's the Vox in the Box problem. We face it about 11:40 each and every Box in the Box is what to do with the extra food.
That is correct.
Is like, what do we do with the extra food that Executive Chef Kyle brings, because Walsey didn't take any. And we got some, I don't know, what are we going to do here?
Well, we got that burger. It's Herbie's on the Park, so it's going to be a feast tonight. I would actually bet a fair amount of money that we might see, if we were flies on the wall.
Yeah.
Aaron Sickman comes up and eats half of that burger.
It was too complicated earlier today.
Well, that's why I think he's been because he didn't get his balanced breakfast.
Yeah, he needs to eat.
And so therefore he's going to eat that delicious burger. Right. We have mixed in NFL a couple of different times on the show, PA. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm ready just to not discuss the quarterback spot moving forward.
I've said enough.
And I think.
Do you think I laid it out there? Is there anything else I need to say?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't believe the Minnesota Vikings and Aaron Rodgers will get together on a deal now.
Right.
But given he plays the position that they potentially need a veteran for a backup, if somebody's willing to accept a backup spot, then by definition that makes him an option.
Yeah.
I just don't believe it now, so I ain't tripping out over it. I don't see it happening.
What I am excited about, and what I'm tripping out about, because I'm a fan and I'm a Rube, and the way that Kwesi and the Vikings have handled free agency.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on with Cooper Kupp.
So do I.
I mean, I saw pictures yesterday, people posting pictures on X, Rodgers with that contemplative look on the beach.
Yeah.
Deciding where he's going to go, and it was the perfect terminology. He is holding the Steelers hostage right now.
I think he is.
They brought Mason Rudolph back on some 2-year, $8 million deal. They're waiting for Rodgers. But Cooper Kupp, not a lot of posts on X that I've seen, but I have seen the Vikings name come up. We talked about it with Gessling.
Yep.
The idea, of course, there's familiarity. We can connect those dots. So I'm just, I wouldn't mind Cooper Kupp maybe visiting Minnesota. Whoever we need, like Chris Thomason used to do, reporting from the airport and finding Jared Cook to ask him a couple of questions during free agency.
Right.
Is somebody at MSP and keeping a lookout for that beard of one Cooper Kupp?
Clearly, I went steamrolling yesterday.
You did.
With catching wind that Pittsburgh really doesn't want Russell Wilson. They wanted Justin Fields more.
The Russell Wilson thing that you threw out there about him changing plays and kind of being an L, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's and they wanted Justin Fields back. I was told Justin Fields told him no, and doesn't matter what you're going to offer me. I want out. Russell Wilson supposedly was changing a ton of plays. End of the season, they lose 5 in a row. There was a lot of friction. So
is Roethlisberger available?
They may settle on Russell. Russell's visiting Cleveland and I believe the Giants today. So yeah, that was unfurled. But Cooper Kupp, steamrolling. I'm glad you brought it up. Seattle. Okay, Seattle. In division, knows division. Coach is cool. Got a quarterback. They run. And they have Smith and Jigba, and that's it.
Yeah.
So playing time there, Smith and Jigba, high end, take some pressure off Coop with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, and just the way they construct games, they run. So if it's like if we laid out odds as to where Cooper Kupp would end up, I would probably bet $2 on Seattle. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. I think, I'm going to make the connection of Kevin O'Connell, similar offense. Mm-hmm. He thinks he still has it, so he can come and prove it.
Yeah.
But you mentioned, he's going to be probably instant weapon, instant access, instant contributor to that team versus a spot where this is Justin Jefferson's team. And for better or worse, everyone else is in line with their plates trying to get fed when they can. So the idea of maybe is there how many footballs are there to go around? There are going to be more footballs and more opportunity with Seattle than there is going to be with the Vikings. But I'd love Cooper Kupp here if the money's right.
Final pause of the radio show, then a truncated final segment, walking you up to the program on KFAN. All right, hockey, hope selling, Vikings and quarterbacks, and the Howl, the Minnesota Timberwolves. We've chatted about them rather extensively. 6 in a row for Finn Joe. They beat the Nuggets last night by 20, handled them every step of the way. This production has become a well-oiled machine, and it purrs. Here's the rub, the play-in clip. We're still in it.
Yeah.
We're still in that play-in thing. Now, we put a game and a half on the LA Clippers, but still 0.2 behind the Golden State Warriors. Warriors have won 5 in a row and are 12-2 since trading for Jimmy the Bulldog. So here's the deal. The Timberwolves have 5 of the next 6 at home. Golden State goes home, Sacramento, Knicks, Denver, Milwaukee, Toronto, then at Atlanta, at Miami, at NOLA. How about 1 in a row, 4 sack dough? 1 in a row, 4 sack dough. Come on with these Kings tonight. Beat somebody. Nice job today.
Cheers.
Thank you. That's Eric Nordquist, Max Fuller. Thank you for the production, and I'm Paul Allen. That's Vox in the Box from St. Paul on your home for the Wild, FM 100.3, KFAN.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.